Right, this is a quick walk around video. This is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre Sport automatic. 2003 car, so it's quite a bit older than our usual car. This one came in part exchange, but this one's just done 68,000 miles and is in absolutely lovely condition. Only the tiniest blemishes on the car. Lights and lenses are very good indeed, no cracks in those at all. Front of the car, hardly a stone chip of any note on there at all. Absolutely wonderfully clean. Come down to the near side of the vehicle first. Again, really nice and original, this car. There's a couple of little dinks, little car parking dinks, which I will show you. They're going to come with the car. I won't charge any extra for them. Front near side tyre almost as new. I think this one may have been very recently replaced. Alloy absolutely perfect. And then down the near side here, just to show you on this door here, a couple of tiny little soft dents which could easily be pulled out by one of these dent people, but the whole point of the video is to show you them, anything at all, that they are there. Rear alloy again really good, and this angle here is lovely on the car because this one comes with the chrome surrounds on the taillights there and the high level spoiler. Wheel cover there completely intact and in really good condition as well, not scratched or otherwise, and a tow bar fitted as well, so if you've got a little box trailer or something you want to tow with, then you could certainly do it with this car. Come around the off side of the vehicle, again really nice, again great position or angle for the car. If I come down there, panel again very good, again just a couple of minuscule little dimple dents which I'll come to in a second. Rear alloy really nice, and then coming up here, I think if I can see them, I'm struggling to see them again now. I'm sure I saw them, and they're absolutely minuscule on this side. There's just a couple of tiny little ones, but they're so small, and they certainly don't detract. I mean, we are looking at a 15-year-old car, but at least it's completely original. And then front alloy on the offside, absolutely wonderful condition. So we're looking at a really lovely car in very nice condition. Coming into the boot area of the car, absolutely massive boots. The rear seats flip and fold forward, they go forward on runners as well. Tonneau cover is there and intact, and underneath that carpeted area there is the infamous or famous picnic table which comes with these cars, bizarrely enough. Coming to the back of the car, again in very nice condition, really is. I mean, legroom in the back verges on sort of limousine in terms of how much legroom you get, and the seats, and the condition of the seats is absolutely extraordinary. Coming to the front of the car now, on the front passenger side. The rain's about to start, so I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. Front passenger seat looks absolutely as new, wonderful condition. Door card on the driver's side again, absolutely fantastic condition. Just got there, you can see just a little bit of wear on the driver's carpeted area, which you'd expect. That's where the heels have been for 13 years, regardless of mileage. Obviously a set of mats would soon sort that out anyway. But driver's seat, again, just looks absolutely as new. It's incredible condition. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section of the video, so you can see the dashboard, which looks in an absolutely amazing condition. It's almost like looking at a new dashboard. Air conditioning working perfectly, of course. Got the centre table here, really clever. There's a little tab underneath there, pull that down, and you've got the walkway through there as well. Just pull it back up, but as you expect from a Honda, sort of beautifully engineered. If you come into the dashboard there, you can see just 68,938 miles, absolutely no warning lights in this vehicle at all. It's an absolutely incredible condition. Finally, just to quickly show you, we do have the owner's manual pack, and very importantly, lock and wheel nut key is here and present with the car. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for quite a rare car actually. It's a Honda CR-V Sport automatic. But this particular car is registered YE03SFL, and it's got a very low mileage. It's just 68,933 miles. The reason we do these road tests is so customers actually get to see the cars we're selling actually in operation. That way, clearly, if there's any issues relating to the car, we can and we will relay it back to you. It's, you know, the very reason for doing it. Also done on the very quiet country roads, very close to our premises, so hopefully be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive on the car. Worth pointing out, this is actually rush hour around here at the moment. It's just come up to 5 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, so it just shows you just how quiet it actually is. So just a very brief background to this particular vehicle. This car's coming on part exchange. We don't go out to buy the cars of this age particularly, but obviously when they come in as a part exchange, very occasionally like this, they've still got so much life left in them. They're worth selling on to someone because it's, you know, just such a good car. Chap bought another CRV from us, another automatic CRV, so clearly loves his CRVs, and you know, he's looked after this one very, very well indeed. Engine of the car, as you'd expect with such a low mileage, pulls absolutely beautifully. It's a very sweet revving engine. They pull really lustily from low revs. As I said, it's very quiet on the move as well. It's you know, it's a very tractable unit. It doesn't fluff or fluster even at low revs. And this one pulls just absolutely fantastically, exactly as it did when it was new. It's just got that lovely punchiness to it. Worth pointing out, there's no warning lights at all on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge, and the engine's been running for quite some time now, is running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, whether it be a diesel or a petrol. But it's, you know, it just feels, you know, pretty much as new to drive. It's absolutely lovely. Engine then feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox, typical Honda box, very smooth shifting, lovely, you know, very, very well spaced gear ratios to maximise the engine power and torque and encourage fuel economy. There is an overdrive button on these as well, which is you just press the button on the end of the gear lever there. But the gear changes are absolutely as they should be. They're crisp, they're quick, there's no thuds, there's no delays, there's nothing. It's, you know, all in very, very fine fettle in terms of its mechanicals. You know, it's a rare beast indeed, this one, it really is. Steering of the car, which is a real strong point on this vintage CRV. It's got a power assisted steering, of course, so it's very easy to manoeuvre even at low speeds. But what they've got is a lovely natural weight to them. It just makes the car feel really solid on the road. It's a lovely feel to the steering. I can't detect any wear in it at all. It tracks absolutely bullet straight without any vibrations at all coming back to the steering wheel, certainly up to the legal limit. So all in very good order indeed. Same for the suspension. They've always been a very comfortable car to drive, this era of CRV. One thing I did notice when it first came to us on test drive, it had a little bit of sounded like a bit of a knocking noise coming from the back of the car, which is nearly always these little anti-roll bar links, and sure enough, we found out that both on the back were just a little bit worn and they're just chattering slightly. So today I've had them done and it's now absolutely silent. It's exactly as I'd expect and hope it would be. So that's been done. It's, you know, they're not hugely expensive. It's £100 or so to get done. So that's now all been done, and it rides and drives. You know, I can't separate this from a new one in terms of the way it drives. It drives absolutely beautifully. Brakes on the car, I'll give them a bit of a shove in a second. I know they're good because I checked them earlier. But if I hit them hard, it's a lovely solid brake pedal. There's no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. So everything in really, really fine order. And it's got a long MOT on the vehicle. A couple of things they did pick up on the MOT, which I think showed it as advisories rather. At the time, I think one of which was a tyre, but the chaps had that done, and the other was the wing mirror glass, which has been done now as well. So they're both now been attended to. So effectively it's completely clear. Looking around inside the car, it's amazing. It looks as close to new as you'd reasonably expect a used car to be. There's no scratches on the dashboard. It's in lovely condition. Everything's working exactly as it should. The air conditioning's pumping out absolutely ice cold air, and it's a fairly, although it's pretty thundery out there at the moment. It's about 22, 23 degrees. Cool box, so you can put sort of chocolate or sandwiches in there, keep it cool. That's all working absolutely perfectly. All the dash, all the readout working, as intended. I mean, it really is a very, very, very nice car, this one. If you don't know already, but I'm sure you do, obviously these are four-wheel drive vehicles, albeit Honda worked out that the vast majority of people will be doing what I'm doing here and now, which is just driving at fairly sedate speeds on perfectly normal roads in normal conditions. That means you don't really need to be using the four-wheel drive at this moment in time. You'd just be chewing up tyres, put mechanical wear in the car that it isn't necessary, and obviously burning fuel. So hence this car runs in two-wheel drive pretty much the whole time, front-wheel drive. Only as and when the front wheels start to slip or spin will it activate the rear-wheel drive to give you four-wheel drive, and then it disengages it almost as quickly. It's a brilliant system that's absolutely fabulously reliable as well. We just never really touched them, and we've sold thousands using this form of four-wheel drive on Honda cars. It's a very, very clever system indeed. As I said, at the start of the video, the whole point of these videos is to pick up on any issues, no matter how small they might be. But genuinely, I can find nothing in the drive of this car, and I'm not giving it any allowance for its age or mileage. I mean, we're talking about a 15-year-old car. And I sold these when I worked at Honda, when they were brand new. So I know these cars very, very well indeed. And this feels exactly as new to drive. It feels absolutely wonderful. Having said that, if I've missed something on the video, please don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have about this car.